The 90s. The year babies reigned supreme. That and Hot Wheels.
An army truck that transforms into an Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, you beat that. Yeesh, I have no idea how to properly start this one off. Look, I love Nickelodeon as much as the next guy. But, I don't know, something about some of these cartoons from the 90s, some of them just don't hold up as well to me as they did back then. I mean, you know, Rocko's Modern Life, yes, I still like that, and SpongeBob, to an extent, yes. But then on the other hand, we got shows like Hey Arnold, Doug, and Rugrats. Hey Arnold, more like Hey Arnold. Doug, more like Doug it, but not anymore. Rugrats, more like...
Interesting.
Thanks, Grandpa! Couldn't have snorted better myself. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's a bad show or anything, and who the hell doesn't remember Reptar? But the show's just something you wouldn't catch me watching today. At least willingly. Speaking of today on a completely related note, it's my birthday! Woo! So today's review is Rugrats. I gotta go party. Gotta be something else I can review instead. Nope. Fuck, no. I'm not saying judge a book by its cover, but I can't think of a lot of games with punny titles that have been good. Minor, yes, but even so, right away, we ain't off to a hot start. Let's do something I never do on this show that everyone else does. Look up a game's Wikipedia entry. Wow, I just remembered why I don't. Tommy Pickles plays a game of hide-and-seek with his brother Dill, his frenemy, Angelica Pickles, and his friends Chucky Finster, Phil, and Lil DeVille. Of course, whoever wrote this article completely forgot about Kimmy, who's right on the front cover. That only killed about 30 seconds. Crap. Rugrats! Do I have to go party? I like what Tommy does when you hover over the password option here. He's like, shh, don't tell anyone the passwords, or I'll kill your whole family. Today, the babies have decided on a game of hide-and-go-seek, and you're invited to join the fun. Wait, who invited me? The babies? I thought on this show the kids were only able to talk amongst themselves, not to adults. And I'm already reading too much into this. For every baby you find, you'll be rewarded with a game! Sweet! Let's find those babies, alright. Let's check the basement. Oh, nope, can't go there. Alright, let's try this. Nope, alright. Okay, okay, here we go. Alright, let's find the... Okay, well, I hope wherever those babies are hiding, they know how to keep themselves occupied, because we're gonna be here for a while. Oh, okay. The only room available at the beginning is the kitchen, and... Oh, gee... Where could they possibly be hiding?
We found it! Whoop! We found it! Whoop! We found it! Whoop! We found it! How about you?
Unless you're playing on the original Game Boy Advance, you know, the one that doesn't have a backlight, there's really no way you'll miss any of these babies. But let's not focus on the hide-and-seek portion of this game. Let's put our focus on the minigames. Every last minigame. And we're gonna go in the order I ended up playing them in this particular playthrough. So buckle your booster seatbelts, kids, cause here we go! Oh! In the first minigame, you control Angelica, and there's a lot of cookies and spiders falling from the sky for no reason. Honey, call the roofer, we got another cookie leak! You use a jar to catch the cookies. Get cookies, happy Angelica. Get bugs, sad Angelica. Get the target number of cookies needed, and... No, there's not! Next up is everyone's favorite kind of minigame, a button masher. Mash L for food when the game tells you, and mash R for water when the game tells you. Yeah! Party! Next up is oh boy, this doesn't look safe. Thankfully, they're smart enough to have the idea to cover the ground with pillows, but they didn't do a hot job. Basically, just use the D-pad to make them lean in other directions if they're swaying too far in one, wait for Tommy to climb up, grab the sundae, and then fall to the ground and not give a single shit. Next up, you have to guide Spike down this street to the finish line. But you have to go around these fire hydrants. Back and forth, back and forth, back. Ugh, Spike, just pick a fire hydrant and urinate already, boy. You don't have much of a variety to go on here. You can completely bypass these hydrants and just speed to the end, but your ed time result will go over the goal limit. Each minigame has a goal limit. Fulfill it, and you get to continue looking for babies. Get a perfect 10, you'll gain a cookie. Cookies are basically the lives of this game, although you'll sometimes just get one anyway. Fail to hit the target score, and you lose a life. Lose them all, and I guess game over? I'd assume. Out of this whole game, there are almost no minigames I never win. It's impossible to game over on accident. In fact, at the end of the game, I had my cookies maxed out. But don't tell that to Angelica, cause you know how she gonna get. Next up, memorize where toys are on a shelf. Then after Spike comes barging to the room,
Smoky bacon, crispy bacon, tasty bacon!
simply put the toys back where you saw them. All you really have to memorize is the bottom row and you'll hit the goal. And even then, it's not that hard to get them all anyway. Next up, over here, we'll continuously throw bones, which Spike must bounce off his back into a bowl. Pretty easy, but the control here is a little weird. If you simply tap a different direction while running in another, Spike does this awkward turnaround animation that can kind of mess you up a bit. You have to kind of play it to know what I'm talking about, but even then it's fairly simple. Next up, a jigsaw puzzle. Again, real simple. Good friggin' god, I'm beginning to sound like a broken record. No one plays broken records at parties. I've let everyone down. Next up, you have to move maze pieces around to guide a worm into Phil's hand. Why Phil can't just reach over to the bucket and grab it himself is beyond me, but he doesn't even really grab it, his hand just kind of absorbs it. Next up, child labor. That's it, all you do is dig. Whoever digs the most wins! Think of it like that stamp minigame from Mario Party 4 and you'll get the general idea. As long as you constantly move around and avoid retreading ground, this really isn't hard to mess up. Next up, pick the odd one out. Kinda like Mario Party 6, only here, instead of being obvious, it's really obvious. Next up, watch the cup Angelica puts her doll Cynthia into, and pick it. Kinda like Mario Party 1, only here, instead of being hard on the eyes, it's not. Next up, remove rows of blocks in the same image, and see how long you're able to go before you're no longer able to. I didn't even really try, and I only had like 3 left. The best part of this minigame? Milk bottle cursor. I'm going insane with boredom right now. Next up, pick the window the character in the white box shows up in. Again, unless you're not playing on an SP, really no reason to mess up. Next up, a kart racing minigame. Kinda like Mario Kart Super Circuit, except in this one, the controls suck. The controls suck. And the speed boosts are really unforgiving bastards. Like, look at this, I was right on it! That should've counted! Other than that though, kinda easy, but you will have to adapt to the controls pretty fast on this one. Next up, the cancelled Food Network TV special, Dr. Phil's Green Worms and Next up, guide the Reptar boat down the rapids and collect as many baby bottles as you can. I got all of them. It was easy. It just took a really long time. Next up, put the toys in the correct toy box. This one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes... Good God, I got a lot of playing. God, there's a lot of minigames where all you do is just look at stuff. I can come up with better minigames than these.
Stop!
Again. Next up, rotate the maze around to make a ball get stars. There's a big shiny one in the middle. Go get it. Okay, we're almost done with this game. Let's head outside. And, oh my God, is that a hand? A baby hand? Oh, alright, it's a sandbox shovel. Whew. Probably should have guessed that. being that it is in fact in a sandbox, but Game Boy Advanced graphics have been known to sometimes play tricks on me, but still, that sandbox is big enough. Next up, mash the buttons to build up pressure, adjust the ramp, and take off! Alright, let's do this. Okay. No. Alright. Don't even bother telling me what I did wrong or anything. Nah, just send me to the results screen. You saw it. I didn't even launch. Not even an indication I was trying to launch. I have no clue what happened here. Well, whatever I did, apparently 0 points was enough to get me 1 point out of 10. What? Did I mention this game sucks? That's it, we're speeding through the last couple of ones real fast here. Next up, catch the worms. Don't catch the rocks. Rocks are bad. Next up, dig up bones. Don't even worry about the arrows. They're fucking pointless. Trust me, you'll win. Next up, collect cookies in a maze. Just keep moving around. You'll win. Next up, this. And finally, the grand finale to Rugrats, I Gotta Go Party, is a matching card game, which I won. I'm a top toddler. Roll the credits! Rugrats I Gotta Go Party is incredibly short, incredibly simple, incredibly boring, and incredibly scary. The only reason you'd want to play this is if you need to kill half an hour and you just happen to have it on you for whatever reason. I give this game a rating of... Get it? Because it was a baby? Now I'm gonna go to the store and get me some pie. Just because I'm alone on my birthday, that don't mean nothing. It's my birthday, I'll eat pie if I want to. And even though the game's bad, I do feel kind of guilty if I were to leave the babies alone while I was out. But don't worry, I picked out the perfect babysitter. They'll be just fine. I'm gonna go get some pie. I'll stop making jokes about her eventually.
Interesting.
Thanks for watching another exciting episode. Now, let's talk babysitter fees. I'll babysit for your little children and/or lost extraterrestrial for my incredibly low price of 1 like on Facebook, 1 follow on Twitter, and 1 sub on the YouTubes. Oh, and maybe a like on this video, a comment, maybe a share. No dislikes are required. Links to other videos here, also optional. $99 an hour, and your eternal soul. See you tonight!